Did you know that there are plants that can count? Well, not all of them can get to 10, but some can get to 20. There are even some plants that can recognize their own flowers and leaves, and some plants have better memories than you. How do plants like this remember things? They store their memories in proteins. That's right, they turn their experiences into proteins and store them in tiny containers inside their cells. Then when they need to, they can take those proteins out and use them to figure out what's going on around them. This may sound a little bit unbelievable, but it's true. Plants really can count, remember things, and even solve problems. Let me tell you about some of the smartest plants in the world. The first one is called a sensitivaria. It's a small plant that grows in South Africa. It has sensitive hairs on its leaves that sense when the plant is being touched. When it's touched, the hairs quickly bend toward the thing that's touching it. If it's touched again, the hairs bend away from it. So basically, it can sense and remember pain. But why would it want to do that? Well, the sensitivarias are eaten by insects. But not all insects are created equal. Some are more tasty than others. The sensitive hairs help the plant figure out which insects are the most delicious. When a tasty insect lands on the plant, it gets zapped with an electric shock. The plant uses the proteins stored in its memory containers to figure out that the insect is still on the plant. Then it starts making acids that break the insect down and slowly dissolves it. I guess that's one way to get your protein. Another super smart plant is the Mimosa pudica. This is the same as the sensitivaria. As you may have guessed, it's also known as the shy plant because it's really good at hiding. When something touches its leaves, the Mimosa pudica curls up and hides its leaves. It does this by sucking water out of its cells. When it's done hiding, the plant relaxes and its leaves unfurl. But if it's touched again while it's hiding, it stays hidden for longer. Basically, the more it's touched, the more it remembers, and the more it believes it's being attacked. So it stays hidden longer. And last but not least, we have the Darwin's mad apple tree. This tree is special because it can recognize its own flowers and leaves. How do trees do this? Well, just like people, plants can recognize things by their shapes. But as the tree grows, its flowers and leaves start to look different. So the tree has to keep learning what its flowers and leaves look like. When it sees one of its flowers or a leaf, it zaps it with an electric signal. Zap, zap. Then it sends chemicals to the flower or leaf that say, "Hey, don't eat my flower or leaf. Don't eat my flower or leaf. It's mine." So basically, it's like the tree is talking to itself. Weird, right? But that's just a normal day in the life of a super smart tree.